5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and we are live. Sorry I was a few seconds late. Right when I hit go live, my phone informed me that I was filming in portrait mode still, even though I was sideways, so I would have looked like this. But we got that straightened out. So thank you for joining us. Last week you guys voted in flying colors, and so we have a kit to reveal what our community build is going to be. But before we get into that, quick disclaimer. I made a dedicated video to this on my channel because it's a real big issue and a real pain point for us YouTubers, and that is scammers trying to get you guys in the comments, okay? What they are doing is they are creating a fake YouTube account. They're using my profile picture, but if you look at the name of the account, it'll say like text telegram or something that's not Guns and Guitars, okay? It's only me if it says Guns and Guitars. Also, I am not going to notify you via the comments on these live streams that you are a winner. So if somebody tells you that you won something, it's a scam. And so again, I've already warned you guys. I made a dedicated video for this. I told you in that video how to handle these scammers. What I would prefer is if you guys would stop contacting me about this. I probably got a dozen of you guys at least every day since my last live stream, emailing me, Facebooking me, asking me if you have won something. And I tried to warn you guys up front, no, you didn't, okay? You can't win something if it's not built yet, right? So we are gonna be building collectively together a guitar kit to your guys' specifications week to week. And you guys are gonna be voting on what you guys wanna see happen with this guitar kit. And then at the very end, when it's all finished, we will pick a winner, and we will pick a winner live. It will be announced on the video, and then it will be the winner's responsibility to contact me via Facebook or Patreon. Those are the only places that I will accept a contact from. And I will never ask you to pay for shipping. I will never ask you to pay for anything. Okay, this is all entirely on me. This is just a way that I can give back to the community. And so if anybody contacts you and says that you've won, and they ask you to pay for shipping, or they ask you to give personal information, you're just gonna have to use your own discretion. You've been warned. From here on out, it's on you. Hopefully that's clear. What I think is happening is the name giveaway is in the title. And so it just attracts all the robots. And so that's gonna keep happening because I'm gonna keep the giveaway name in the title of these live streams because that's what it is. It's a community build that we're going to give away to one of you guys. And so they're gonna keep showing up, and I can report them. I can hide the user from my channel, which I did. I did that pretty much nonstop this last week. Whenever I saw a robot comment, I immediately tried to remove them from the channel. But these bots get created as fast as I remove them, so there's just not much I can do about it. Second order of business, thunderstorm rolling in, so you guys might hear some thunder in the background. You might hear some pouring rain in the background. You also might hear cicadas in the background. I've oriented my phone's microphone away from the garage door, so hopefully they're not as ear-shattering loud as they were last week. But anyway, all right, enough business. Let's get into the business. We have to reveal the kit, so I'm gonna go ahead and show you just first thing what we've got here. This is not the kit that you guys chose, which I'm actually really happy about because I am very excited to build this, and I was actually thinking I would build it for me. So now I get to make a video series on building an awesome Strat. So luckily for me, you guys did not pick that. This is also not the one that you guys picked. This Rick Bass Mod Bass kit got a surprisingly low number of votes. Wow, the rain is really coming in. I'm actually gonna have to shut the garage door a little bit because I'm getting wet. My wife's got it. My wife, Mrs. Guns, is in the chat. She's moderating the chat for us today, so keep it clean. Anyway, so sorry, the lighting's gonna be not as good with the door shut, but it's necessary because I was getting wet. So, this is also not the kit that you guys chose. It actually got surprisingly the least amount of votes. And I'm shocked because I thought lots of people liked rig bases. So the good news is not for you guys. The good news is actually for my Patreons, because this is going to be this month's Patreon giveaway. That's right. So if you are interested in winning a Rickenbacker style DIY base kit, I'm just showing you the body, but it's got a neck and hardware and all that stuff. Then make sure you are a Patreon supporter at the $5 tier or higher. And basically what will happen is I will make a post probably in the next week or so if you want this. And if you want it, you just comment, I want it. And that's simple. It's that simple. And then I will pick using a random number generator of those who commented on this on Patreon that they wanted it. And that's how the winner will be picked. Just like the engraved Telecaster kit that I gave away last month. So that's good news. So before I reveal the kit that you guys did pick, I have to tell you a story. Today I was getting ready to do some work, and I have that white shed right there, or not, it's not really a shed, it's storage shelves. And I opened those up and I went to go grab my router sled off the top because I was going to plane down some bodies for behemoth bases that I'm working on. And when I reached up and grabbed it, the top shelf came loose and went crashing down. Took every shelf out with it on the way down. And unfortunately, the kit that you guys picked was in the next to the bottom shelf. And so I have to show you this. It's just fine. There's nothing to worry about. This is the kit that you guys picked, all right? You guys wanted the 335 in flying colors. So I don't know, I'm honestly stoked because of the 3 guitars. I've been holding on to this kit for, like I said, probably 3 or 4 years now. I just was not that excited to build it, especially since I already did a 335 style bass. But it's the one that you guys wanted the most, and that makes me a lot more excited to build it. And especially since you guys get to pick out all the specs for it and everything, I'm just very excited, very energized that we get to build this thing together, and I get to give it away to one of you guys, which is going to be super cool. So that brings me to the next order of business. One, I guess let's go ahead and talk about the pickups. Okay, I've got 2 humbucker pickups in there. Of course, we're not limited to just 2 humbucker pickups. We can route in a 3rd pickup or something, which is something that I want you guys to help me out, help me decide. Let's see how this neck fits while we're doing this. One of the reasons why I was not super excited to build this one is because I just don't have a lot of humbuckers on hand. In fact, I only have 1 set of humbuckers on hand, which I actually am dying to try, and I will show them to you guys. But that's actually a really nice, tight fit. That's really nice. Nice and snug. So, yeah, we got 2 humbuckers right there. And so I'll go ahead and show you guys the pickups that I do have. These are called Zhangbuckers, and they're made by Zhangbucker, spelled Z-H-A-N-G, Bucker. So I'll just give you a close-up real quick so you can see how to spell it. So go ahead, and if you want, you can check out the website, and I'm going to give you a close-up. They've got these really cool, like, aged covers on them. And this is 1 row is Alnico 5 and 1 row is Alnico 3 magnets. And this is the Super Tele Bucker. And it's got 4 conductor wiring. And I believe it has, I believe this one is coil tappable, not coil splitting, but coil tap, which is wonderful. And then this other one here is the Custom B, and this is the bridge pickup, and it is wound to 13.7K using Alnico 8 magnets, if I'm reading that correctly. So, really cool set of pickups. Zhangbucker is the brand that made that pickup that was the 51P style pickup that was in my bass that I made out of scrap wood and OSB. and it had the large 1/4-inch Alnico rod magnets, and it was a killer sounding bass pickup. Still is killer, actually. I played that bass at church not too long ago. I love that thing. It sounds so cool. So here's what I want you to do. I want you guys to check out Jean Bucker's website and see if these are the pickups that you want. The other pickups I don't have on hand, but I'm going to give you guys some options, and this is where it's really beneficial for you guys to join me for the live stream, because I want you guys to comment if you want to see additional pickups installed in this, or if you want to see a different brand that I'm offering. And so basically, there's a couple other custom shops that have reached out to me that have offered to send me a set of humbuckers. One is called Skytone Pickups, actually, oddly enough, based out of my hometown in California. And not in California anymore, so don't judge me. But he offered to send me a set of whatever humbuckers I wanted, and just in exchange for a review video. So if we want to go with his pickups, go check out skytonepickups.com and let me know which pickups you want to see, and I'll reach out to him and I'll just negotiate, doing a review video of those pickups before we give away this guitar, and then we can get those pickups. The other brand that reached out to me is Murray MurrayGuitarPickups.com. So Murray, M-U-R-R-A-Y, guitarpickups.com. I was going to put links to these in the description, but every time I tried to, the YouTube app would crash. So I will update the description after this is done, and so for you watching the replay, you guys can go to those websites and go check out Jean Bucker, you can check out Murray Guitar Pickups, and you can check out SkyTonePickups.com, and we can decide if we want to use one of those. I think it would be really cool to do some custom hand-wound in America to our specs pickups for this build. I think that'd be awesome. But if you guys want to see a major name brand, I'd be happy to reach out to them as well. So this is where I'm going to open it up to you guys in the chat. And so you guys let me know, is there any brand of pickup that you would like to see me add? So what's going to happen is you guys are going to comment here now, and if I like your idea, then I will add it to the list of things that we're going to vote on this week. And so that's the benefit of you guys being in these live streams, is you guys get to help decide. So what of those options is missing? Let me know. And while you're doing that, I'm going to pull out the hardware and start test fitting. So let me know in the comments if there is a brand of pickups that you think should be represented in our vote. So here we've got
P90s is what I'm seeing.
P90s. Okay.
Someone said something about the hum and said, well, if anyone can tame the hum, it's Dan.
The hum of P90s.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we could do a set of P90s. I'm sure either of or any of those brands that I mentioned would be willing to wind us a set of P90s. Or alternatively, we could go with a name brand. And so that's what I'm trying to ask you guys is what name brands should I reach out to? What should we vote? What should we be voting on? I'm not opposed to doing P90s. We already have humbucker routes. I don't know how difficult it would be to make them P90 routes. I think P90s are a tad slimmer, so we might have to do some filling, or we might have to do some rings. Not opposed to that if that's what you guys want. Something to think about too while you guys are submitting your ideas for pickup manufacturers is what, if any, modifications do we want to do to the hardware? I mentioned last week that if we wanted to add a tremolo to this thing, we could fill and drill the stop tailpiece holes. But if you guys want to do a hardtail, then we don't want to do that, obviously. Or if you want to fill the hardtail holes and we can do a trapeze, not opposed to doing a trapeze, that would also be very cool. So be thinking about that. We will talk about that next. And then I think we're probably something to keep in the back of our heads as we are thinking about pickups too is what kind of wiring hacks do we want to add to this thing? So, because obviously if we choose like some single coils with 2 conductor wiring, that severely limits our ability to add some cool custom wiring options. Versus if we go with humbuckers with 4 conductor wiring, adds a lot more options.
I'm not sure what you want me to tell you because there's lots
Yeah.
of stuff coming in.
Sorry, I haven't been looking. So
I see a lot of Lawler, Imperials.
a lot of Lawler. Okay, so you guys are just going straight to the top, right? Lawler
Seymour
pickups.
Duncan.
Okay, Seymour Duncan. That's definitely something that's probably more attainable. I'll reach out to Lawler and see if they want to sponsor us.
I see a lot of people saying small shops, like don't do big names, go small.
Okay, yeah, and so that's a lot of people are saying, according to my wife, a lot of people are saying, let's support the small shops, let's not go with the big name brands. And I am 100% for that. And so the three that I recommended, Jean-Bucker, Skytone pickups, and Murray guitar pickups, those are all just like little like custom shops. They're winding these things in their garage. And they're made to order, which means that we could do like custom specs. And I showed you these Jean-Buckers because they're the ones I have on hand. But if there's a different type on their website, then we can, or we can just reach out to them and say, hey, we've got this crazy idea for pickups. Same with Skytone and with Murray. I'm sure they'd be happy to wind something just according to our specs. So.
I've seen Dylan talks tone quite a few times.
Lots of people want to see Dylan pickups. Dylan would probably send us some pickups in a heartbeat. So maybe.
So Daff and Center Punch is one person.
I'll shoot him. I can't shoot him a text right now because I'm using my phone for this live stream. But I'll shoot him a text and see if he's willing. I'm sure that he'd be willing. If not, Dylan's a cool guy that I'd like to support, so I wouldn't mind just sending him some bucks to get some good pickups. So. Those are all options we can. So somebody said rail hammers. I just saw. I think that was actually Corey.
Yeah, rail hammers.
And I've seen those come up a few
Duncan
times,
hot
right?
Rail in the middle.
And a Duncan hot rail in the middle. That sounds like a Corey Muxlow build if I've ever seen one. So we, I've actually been dying to try rail buckers. So if that's something you guys want, then leave a comment. What's going to happen is I'm gonna watch this replay tonight and look at your guys' comments, and the top comments that you guys requested, I'm going to put together in a little poll on my community tab for you guys to vote on this week. So pretty much we need to figure out what we're doing with pickups and what we're doing with hardware before we can talk about the finish process, because if there's any additional routing or plugging and re-drilling, all that kind of stuff, I need to know that before we finish it. So that's what I'm trying to get out of this live stream is let's talk hardware, let's talk humbuckers, let's talk pickups. So I'm guessing by now we've gotten enough comments that I could probably put together a good poll. Okay, Mrs. Guns agrees. All right, so let's talk about hardware then. What kind of hardware do you guys want to see? Do we want the stop tailpiece and 2-pneumatic bridge? We could do a piezo 2-pneumatic bridge like I did on the Bass 6, which by the way sold last night, which I was a little bit bummed about because I've really been enjoying playing that thing lately. And then right after it sold, I got like 6 back in stock notifications, people that went and saw that it was sold and they wanted to know if it came back in stock. So if something happens with the sale and it doesn't work out, if you signed up for a back in stock notification, then you will get notified if it comes back in stock. But it's sold, unfortunately, for all of us. So we could do all that to say we could do a piezo 2-pneumatic bridge. We could do a Bigsby style tremolo. We could do a, what's the name, you guys help me out here, what's the name of the tremolo that uses the stop tailpiece to mount? I've always wanted to try that, and I can't remember off the top of my head what it's called. It'll maybe come to me. So let me know in the comments if you guys know what I'm talking about. So if you're not a fan of tremolos, we could do the stop tailpiece. We could do a trapeze, which would be cool. Piezo and a trapeze tail, says Jack F. I think that would be really cool, honestly. Having a trapeze, you kind of have a tremolo a little bit anyway. Duesenberg, that is the name of the tremolo. Yes, thank you guys for your help. I appreciate it. So, Duesenberg, somebody says a B-bender. I don't think that you can do a B-bender in a hollow body. That would be very interesting. But from what I've seen, you have to route out quite a bit of the back of the guitar to install a B-bender. Solgood says a Floyd Rose. Floyd Rose FRX from Furiora. Yeah, all of these are great options. So again, thank you guys for joining the live stream. because you guys got to make comments on what you guys want to see, and I'm going to watch the replay, and based on your guys' comments, I am going to put together a poll for us to vote on this week. So be watching for those polls. We're going to watch for the polls on the pickups and for the hardware, and we're going to come up with a good plan. Tuners. Maybe we should decide if we're going to do a stop tail piece or if we're going to do a tremolo before we decide what tuners. So maybe that'll be a future one that we are going to talk about. Christopher says the Duesenberg looks sick. Yes, I agree. It looks very sick. I would love to try one. I've actually reached out to them several times to see if they'd send me one to try out, and they never get back to me. So that's going to be one of those things that I'm just going to have to shell out the money for if I can't get them on board. Virtual Jeff, cool but pricey. Okay, of course somebody named Jeff would be recommending the Virtual Jeff. No, that actually looks really cool. The electronic tremolo that you could actually use as a whammy, like almost octave pedal and stuff. So RJ says a 335 shredder, so I'm guessing he's thinking we do a Floyd Rose of some kind and probably a HSH pickup layout maybe.
Someone says skip the tremolo.
Lots of people.
This guitar deserves a hardtail.
Okay, lots of people saying, is that somebody or is that lots of people saying?
I've seen
stop tail.
Just a couple.
Okay, well, we'll vote on it.
Mm-hmm.
So it'll definitely be an option. It's not going to be only tremolos. We'll have a hardtail as an option. Tim Stevens, hey Tim, good to see you, man. Agreed with the hardtail. Okay. So yeah, this fit looks like. I didn't check to see if the bridge and stop tail align properly. Which I guess, you know what? I don't need to, because we haven't decided if we're keeping the bridge and stop tail, if we're going to do something else. So yeah, we'll just ignore that for now. But the good news is the neck fits wonderfully. It appears to have a decent neck angle, and the pickups fit in the pickup routes. And so far things are looking good. I'm very excited for this build. So be keeping an eye out on my community tab for those polls this week. We're going to vote on this week, and I will reveal them to you next Monday when we do this again. And I will have better insight as to what kind of modifications we're going to be doing this for pickups or tremolo. And so we'll get to work on it next week. How's that sound? So next week, you guys will come along with me on this journey if we're going to be routing this thing out for some new pickups, or if we're going to be modifying it for a tremolo or not. Yeah, and we'll get those parts ordered from wherever you guys decide. And this is exciting. This is so much fun. Thank you guys for joining me. And if you caught the replay, let me know down in the comments which of the ideas that I mentioned sound good to you. And of course, don't forget to vote on the poll on my community builds. I'm Dan, this is Guns and Guitars, and I will see you guys next Monday live. All right, bye for now.